Wagwan masses, welcome back to One Name Sports. And today we're going to touch on a topic that I've been avoiding for a bit, and that is VAR. We're going to take a look at some of the progress that has been made and what I think needs to happen, and a couple hypotheticals that could probably improve the system. This is coming in light of the Portugal game on the weekend, where the last minute winner that Ronaldo scored got called back. It just brought everything back up to the forefront about VAR. But before I get into it, please go follow us on IG. Just search One Aim Sports, all one word, pretty easy to find. And that's a good place to get in contact with me if you have any topics that you want us to talk about, or you just want to say hello. Just come over there and I'll be on it. But without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so first and foremost, as you see from the game on the weekend, VAR is needed. There were a lot of people, myself included, that were saying, VAR is ruining the game, and it wasn't really the idea itself; it was just the processes around it. But it changes so much, and so many things are reliant on goals and points and competitions that these teams get into, that denying a goal, especially with the goal line technology, is just, at this point in time, is just unexcusable. So that's something that we definitely need to have. I did know that these qualifiers, some of them didn't have VAR, but I didn't think they didn't have goal line technology. I thought that was kind of universal, especially in Europe. But you learn something. But other than that, as I said, VAR is very much needed in the game nowadays. Every other sport is using it. So, catching up to the times. Secondly, a lot of progress has been made. I remember last season and even earlier in this season, looking on how, especially concentrating on the English Premier League, because that's the league I watch the most, VAR was a nightmare. We didn't know what was going on from week to week, decision to decision, referee to referee. I feel like it's a lot more consistent now. It's a lot of learning as we go, which, to the detriment of certain teams and certain results. But fair is fair, as I can say that a lot of the decisions that are now would have been different with the changes in VAR. It could have happened to everybody. It's like, I know Man City might feel away, Liverpool might feel away, or whatever, but anybody in the league that could have happened too. And it's a lot better now, especially with the changes to the handball rule, than what it was before. Because before it was like, if it grazed the jersey from your neck across, then his hands, even if it's indirect, as the dire situation, even if you're facing the other direction and not looking towards the ball. So we definitely made a lot of progress from where it started. And you can see that the games just seem a little bit more fair. I'm not as angry every week, but I do get angry every now and then. But again, coming from where we're coming from, I love the progress so far. All right, so as much as I kind of complimented the handball changes so far, I feel like in some of the fixes, the first one has to be some kind of clarification and consistency on how the handball using. We're talking universal. To me, it is from here down. So from the end of your shirt, go down. If you're not, again, there's a lot of things that they clarified themselves. As long as there's no intention to make yourself bigger, your ball to hand is still very realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you just can't move your hand, but if your hand isn't in a natural position, but it needs to be consistent on the referee's end. Sometimes they don't call it, sometimes they do. Again, it's a lot better than what it was before. The next thing that they need to clarify is the offside rule. Again, progress has been made with that as well. But to me, for offside, you have to count it. I think it's easier for the computer to count it from the shoulder. Which then, all right, so then I'd have to go back and say maybe change the handball rule to the shoulder come cross, because I don't think, like a couple weeks back, there was a Bamford call where he pointed to where he want the ball, and they call him offside because that can't work. So change the handball rule to the shoulder. Say from shoulder across his hands, you're making yourself bigger. actually, not if you even move your way out, you have to move your entire hand. So yeah, I say move the handball room to the shoulder, and that would change the offside rules as well. The next thing, speaking of the offside rule that they need to do, is maybe not put the lines on TV while they're trying to figure it out as well. I don't want to see exactly what the ref is seeing, because it's not good. We gonna look at the ref and go online and curse him out because it's not him drawing the line. Whoever is in the booth is drawing the line, but he's seen the line a certain way, or he's seen a certain version of the replay, and we there cussing the ref out when it's not really his fault. So I'd remove the lines, and then the next thing, which I'll steal a little bit from NFL football, is I wouldn't allow replays on the sidelines. I don't like it when you see a ref or a coach, a coach or a manager, they have a tablet there with the replays looking at it, and then they come over and they want to cuss out. No. Either leave it in the booth, or you go see it halftime, or you see it at the end of the game, or whatever. But that brings up something else that I'll put in extras. But yeah, definitely remove the videos on the sideline and remove them out of the stadium. Don't show, just do it like cricket, do it like, the NFL. Hey, call's been made, goal or no goal, offside or no offside. Don't show the replay, don't put the lines, don't have 30, 40,000 people when we get back to that booing the referee. Again, he's not the one drawing the lines, he's making the decision. But if all the responsibility for the replay and what he's shown is not in the referee's hands, don't put everybody in the stadium against it. We've seen some of the violence that's been going on against some of the referee them. It's not fair, in my opinion. Now, lastly, we're going to go into some, I'd say, extras or wild cards or things that probably wouldn't happen. The first thing I'd probably want to see stealing it from basketball would probably be a challenge. I'd say maybe one a game, where you get some clarification for the manager for a decision that's being made. Maybe if you get a couple wrong in a row, you lose your next one for your next game or something like that. But definitely a challenge rule where I want there to be a conversation maybe between the referee, the first referee, not the third, not the fourth referee, the first referee on the field. You throw the challenge, what you challenging? I don't like the handball that you didn't call just now. Okay, let them have a conversation. To see the managers there cursing out the fourth referee, it just most time all him do, is just raise up the the thing for say substitution. So what you are cursing him out for? What is he supposed to do? You need to talk for the first referee. So I think that as a form of communication would be the biggest thing that I want. But yeah, I think a challenge would be good. The next thing I would want is a panel. Maybe a consistent panel. I think the NBA does this where they have like a unbiased, but just a panel that controls all the replays. There's one set of judges that control the replays and the VAR, and I think it would add the consistency that's missing. I love the idea that it's different referees that are in the replay booths, but again, if one referee sees it one way, I know I'm friends with this referee, but you also controlling the replay. So that's kind of 2 to 3 in the voting of how things are being seen. So maybe a consistent panel that sends over the decisions. And now with that panel, my next idea would be to have statements after every game week. The referees board in England especially just has too much power. They don't have to answer to nobody. You know what I mean? Like it can't work like that. You need to come out the same way the ref apologized to Portugal and Ronaldo for not making the call. Same way they should come out and make a statement. Hey, to clarify, they make some statements sometimes, but that's not what we're talking about. We need the referee to come out and say, hey, this was my thinking on making this decision. It was incorrect. This is how I should have called it. Have some accountability. We definitely need that, and it definitely will help the fans to get some clarification as what is going on, because you can hear it sometimes from the commentators, you can see it from the managers, you can see it from the players. We don't understand how some of these decisions are being made. So definitely a statement to get some insight into the thinking of these referees would be much needed. Lastly, some discipline. Same way that I think right now, especially in England, you have some referees, if they had a really bad game, they get demoted. Same thing for VAR. If you're going to keep having that fourth referee or fifth referee or whatever number referee you're going to have controlling the replays, yo, boss, you keep getting these wrong. You get demoted the same way. If you are out on the field and making these bad decisions, you get demoted too. So, again, there's some accountability to what's going on in the process. It can't just be, like JFF, my word, or, just go on with your business. So, let me know what you think. If you have any other ideas on how to fix VAR, or if you think it is as good for the game as I see it, and going forward, will you be more accepting to it? Just drop into the comment section below. Again, you can reach out on IG, One Name Sports. You can catch me there as well. Please like, subscribe, and share. I'm always in the comments, as you know. Thank you again for all the support. We're coming up on a year pretty soon, so we're moving pretty well. So I'll continue putting out the videos as long as you continue to watch them. This is One Name Sports. Peace.